This is Ohio. This is 11 Ohio-based cryptids.
All right, well, we've already started.
We have? Okay.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I just now started while you guys were talking about Ohio cryptids.
Is Isaac picking up?
Am I? Though?
Yeah, you're picking up.
Yeah.
You're a little distant, but it should be fine.
You just speak up a little bit, you'll be good.
Okay.
Oh, that's Coke.
That's Rusty's.
That's cocaine.
Well, we're eating McDonald's fries, and we're going to talk about some cryptids.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This is fucking givable.
All right, so we got a couple of new guys here with us today.
We got Isaac. He's represented by the purple slime.
And we got the legend Felfie herself here, represented by the teal slime. And I'm sure that whenever this comes out, we can drop a link to her Twitch.
Miranda, say hi to your mom. I don't know if she's gonna watch this.
She's not.
This is so sad.
Alexa, play Despacito.
So today we had I had the itch to talk about some spooks, some creeps, and some weirdos. And
this is gonna be a good learning experience for me because I don't know a whole lot about a lot of cryptids.
Yeah, we're from the middle of buttfuck nowhere, aka Ohio, where nothing ever happens. So people have to get creative, or not, with some of these cryptids.
So one of them, in the town that we live in, we have something called the Minerva Monster. It's literally just Bigfoot.
We did a whole spoof video on it for a project at school.
It was pretty good.
It was a lot of fun to work on. It was not good. It was fun.
I've seen that there's a whole ass weird horror movie on it.
Oh yeah, there was a docuseries that someone made.
There was
They showed clips of it
down at the little grocery store we have. They have a little cafe in there, and for a few weeks there were pictures, tons of pictures, and quote unquote evidence of the existence of this Bigfoot ripoff.
But from this one crazy guy.
Yeah, from this one. Can you explain to the sweet audience at home some of this weird man's what he would ramble on about?
I mean, we are just a
how
bunch
the
of weird
aliens
men
are
rambling on
taking
about
all the
random
chips.
shit. Sorry.
And then he would go around asking everyone about the vaccine and telling them about how it's terrible. But
yeah, well, wouldn't he also you said he was convinced that the chips were being taken by aliens?
yeah.
What?
That's fucking retarded.
And
Yeah, that's
manager
absurd.
of the bakery went into the store one day when she was pretty drunk. And she just started rambling off with this guy. And they were just going off about aliens.
This is pretty great.
And she was parked in the middle of the road.
I love encountering random people who will just talk about aliens and conspiracies as if this is normal conversation. Like the guy at Geo who was talking about Bitcoin.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ. That was insane. We went to the mall. There's a store in one of our local malls called Geo, and they sell cool arts and swords and stuff.
The swords are what attract us because we're nerds.
I like dragons.
Yeah,
Dragons
they sell little dragon statues and stuff too. But anyways,
there was this one guy. He was talking to just another random couple.
It was just some couple that looked like they just wandered in there.
He was going on
from the time that we had gotten in there until a half hour later. This dude was chewing this couple's ear off about crypto and stuff.
He was talking about how somebody owned thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars in cryptocurrency, and how he died, and he took the whatever information you need with him, so that money is just lost. Oh my god.
Was the couple an older couple?
No.
Because that would have been funny.
Young. They looked young.
The couple was pretty young. They looked like they might have been in their late 20s.
Yeah, they're probably just a little bit older than us. But it was a strange sight to behold. Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion that one of them's a friggin' neckbeard.
He was
the guy rambling about Bitcoin. Yes, most certainly.
He definitely felt like he was a little socially inept. But wrapping back around to the topic of today's episode, I have a list here of 11. It is from the ColumbusNavigator.com. It is a list of the 11 most bizarre...
Did you say Columbus?
Columbus.
Columbus, like,
as in Christopher.
like Columbus compass.
What are you talking about? This is nothing. The 11 most bizarre mythical creatures from Ohio. So, starting off this list, we have what I think is one of the strangest cryptids I have heard of.
Actually, you know what, Rusty? While you're talking, send that link to Discord and I'll actually pull it up.
Oh,
here.
yeah, there you go. So you can take a gander at it too.
Exactly. See?
Synergy.
Sin.
But the first one here is called the Loveland Frog. And it's a very absurd creature.
Creature's one way to put it.
And so let me see if they have the account. Yep, here it is. In 1955, a man was traveling through Loveland, Ohio, when he saw 3 mysterious creatures. Of course, the story has many versions, so he either saw them near Branch Hill or over/under a bridge on the Little Miami River. The unnamed man claims he saw the figures, which were about 3 to 4 feet tall, conversing with one another. The creatures had leathery skin and the faces of frogs. In addition to their amphibian attributes, they also had a wand that they waved over their heads, which naturally scared the passerby. The stories of the Lovelam Frogmen have been repeated throughout the decades, with the most recent sighting taking place in 2016. A young couple was out playing Pokemon Go when they claimed to see a giant frog-like creature that, quote, stood on 2 legs and walked towards them. So this sounds like a Fallout creature, basically.
He was coming for your nectar.
I don't like this picture of the frogman. Show Miranda.
So this is a mock-up that someone did?
That's just a frog.
Yes.
It's just a bipedal frog.
It's just a frog that someone photoshopped to have man-like proportions.
No, that's a man. That's a featherless biped.
There you go. But that's
Shut
definitely one of the most absurd cryptids I have heard of.
Miranda, you don't have any context. There was a
pop-up.
It's like
okay.
sign up with us.
He wasn't just trying to silence
I think
me.
that would have been really funny.
Shut up. Anyways.
That would have been great.
Moving on. So, but yeah, the Loveland Frog is such a strange thing to me. It's so weird.
That is pretty weird. I've
Uh,
already moved on to the next slide.
All right.
I apologize.
That's fine.
No, we can talk about Loveland Frog.
I don't have that much more to say on it. It's
okay,
just it's one of the first cryptids I heard of
What about Ass Man?
as being from.
Ass Man?
No, his name is Grassman.
Sounds like
Grassman, Mega Man enemy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Stash Man. I'm not gonna steal that bit.
Mash Man?
Anyways, so there is also a cryptid
Monster
called.
Mash Man.
It's also a cryptid called the Grassman, which is another bargain bin Bigfoot. I've heard of this guy.
Green.
Have you ever seen 3-toed footprints in Cuyahoga Valley National Park? You may have been hot on the trail of one of Ohio's most legendary cryptids, the Grassman. Often referred to as the Eastern Bigfoot, the Grassman is reportedly 7 feet tall, and it was reportedly a 7 foot tall, 300-pound hominid. Basically, a hominid is just like a human adjacent primate. So like Neanderthals.
Gorilla.
Oh, okay. So like unevolved humans.
Yeah, basically. According to famed cryptozoologist, so I'm gonna have a bit of a tangent here.
Okay.
Do you guys know what the word cryptozoology is?
It's the study of cryptids.
Exactly, it's the study of bullshit animals. So I don't know who is out here that gives you a license to say that you are a cryptozoologist, but I think that is a very funny thing to say and be proud of.
I feel like I don't want to call out anything specifically, but cryptozoology sounds like it would be like a useless college course.
Listen, I would love to be a cryptozoologist if I could make money from it.
It's the study of cryptids. Yeah, it's the study of bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds something like something right up my alley.
The entire idea of them being called cryptids is because you can't definitively prove they exist. And so, it's like, you're trying to prove to everyone this thing that you can't definitively prove.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I personally think that some of these cryptids could be real. Not necessarily the Grassman, but other ones.
What about the Frogmen?
I don't, maybe.
Might just be a really realistic.
It's the Battletoads. Alright.
Are we doing the next?
Yeah, we're going. No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't finished the tale of the
You just said
Grassman.
yeah.
No.
Alright, we won't move on from
Retcon.
Grassman yet.
According to the famed cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman, the Ohio Grassmen. This one is plural. I'm not saying Grassmen silly. It's Grassmen.
There's a tribe of them?
Have a more human-like appearance and a more human-looking, and are more human-looking and shorter than the classic Bigfoot. Oh, okay, we're skipping this.
How
And
tall
then
is Bigfoot then?
big, I guess.
Big.
All right, so next up is one of the most legendary cryptids in North America,
Oh, hang on, let me scroll to it.
the Mothman.
Mothman?
So a lot of people, I don't know how aware they are of this, but Mothman, a lot of the sightings were from
What
a
the
place.
fuck did you just say?
I said the Mothman is hot. What the hell you got against that?
I have a lot of questions for you.
Are you talking
You
about
don't want any of them
Mothman?
answered.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Mothman.
Do you like
Ohio-
Mothman,
is-
Miranda?
is-
Huh?
Is he from Ohio?
No, listen, I'll get into that. So a lot of the sightings originate in a place in West Virginia called Point Pleasant.
Rusty, I don't want to skim over this. Your brother is sexually attracted to
Listen,
Mothman.
we're gonna not
Well-
talk about that right now.
We're gonna not talk about that ever.
I don't see how anyone couldn't be.
You do have him on your shirt, to be fair. But anyways, so Mothman, a lot of the sightings originally in the 60s took place in a town called Point Pleasant, West Virginia, which is seated right by the Ohio River.
Like from Fallout 76?
Sure.
Like from Persona?
Shut
the hell up.
Shut up. Oh look, he's on the
That's-
list.
That's my bit. Mountain Mama?
No.
What?
He's making reference to the song Country Roads.
Oh.
Oh.
But, so, after the first sighting of a winged creature in 1966, an Ohio copy editor dubbed the mystery creature Mothman. Although typically associated with Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Mothman was also active across the Ohio River in Gallipolis. I think that's how you say that.
Gallipolis?
Gallipolis.
What?
Now, I'm not from that part of Ohio, so feel free to correct me if I'm saying that wrong.
Gallipolis?
But anyways,
Galileo?
It's
The-
not Gallipolis.
the river, the bridge that collapsed, that is associated with Mothman, was over the Ohio River. So there's a lot of like cross exposure there. A lot of the people, even not on, not from Point Pleasant, but are nearby that area, associate themselves with Mothman too.
Fun fact. This is a 3-hour drive from us.
Ooh.
I don't know.
We could go to Mothman Bridge.
We could go to Mothman Bridge. Make it a nice weekend trip.
I'm gonna
That'll
take
be
a picture
fun.
with the
Sounds
statue.
cool.
Yeah, that statue is pretty cool. Don't they have it so his eyes light up at night?
I have no idea.
Because I know that was one of the major sticking points with Mothman.
They
I
have
think it got
He
hacked.
gets the Ultra Instinct.
they have the pronunciation kind of like phonetically spelled out on Wiki. On Wiki what is it? Wikipedia.
Wiki, what is it? Oh, okay, just Wikipedia.
You read it, I'm
Alright.
fucking laughing.
Gallipolis.
Gallipolis nuts.
Fuck you.
Why is it pronounced Gallipolis?
It makes more sense
Sounds
than
like a
whatever
knockoff
you
of
said.
Hercules.
Gallipolis? No, that's just whatever.
Gallipolis.
Shut up.
It's a lot like Mind Goblin if you think about it.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
We're moving on. So, you all know about Mothman, if you're hearing this, I imagine.
Yeah, Mothman's pretty famous.
He's pretty, yeah.
Who's
But then we
Mothman?
have...
You're like his #1 fan.
You're wearing the shirt! Shut up!
Well, here we go. We
right.
were just talking about this guy.
Now we have the Minerva Monster.
Or gal. I'm not gonna judge.
The Minerva Monster, the sketch that you're seeing here has been sketched by Dennis Haas for the Akron Beacon Journal. So this is fun. This is literally in our hometown. Yet another Bigfoot-type creature lurks in Ohio, this time near Minerva. The Minerva Monster was first reportedly spotted by the Caton family.
Reportedly.
Shut up! I drank a whole monster right before this, okay?
That's not beer. You have no excuse.
Listen, my brain is going 1,000 miles per hour, okay?
And mine isn't.
Shut up. Shut up! You have to live with it. This is temporary for me. Yet another Bigfoot-type creature lurks in Ohio, this time near Minerva. No, shh. You're not supposed to expose that.
It's supposed to be our dirty little
The Minerva Monster was first spotted by the Caton family in the late 70s when they followed the sound of their barking dogs to a pit on their property with where they disposed of trash. Inside the pit, they found a massive 7-foot-tall, 300-pound creature covered in fur, staring at them as they approached.
Just chilling there.
The creature returned to the family's property so often that it was witnessed by several other friends and family members, and even investigated by the sheriff.
Well, did they just walk away from it after they saw it?
He's just a good.
What are you gonna do?
He's just an accursed house pet at this point.
I guess.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Shut up. During the creature's final appearance at the property, 2 creatures were spotted after the home was pelted with rocks while the family was inside. Although sightings continued in nearby counties, none were as detailed as the Caton families, whose stories remained unchanged for decades. Now I actually have a bit of a story whenever it comes to the Minerva Monster. So the house in question here, they were neighbors to my grandma, and because she lived literally a yard. Her house and their house is a yard separated from each other. So she was there whenever all of this commotion was about.
3 feet a yard, or a house's property yard?
It's literally 12 feet between their houses.
So that's 4 yards.
Whatever. Shut up. Well, my point is they're very close.
Yeah.
So whenever this whole thing happened, my grandparents were the first to hear about it. And they told me about it a lot growing up whenever I was a little kid.
Hey, Rusty.
Yeah.
How long is a foot?
A foot is 12 inches.
It depends on whose foot you're measuring.
I fucking hate you.
Did you look that up?
No.
Were you looking at your computer?
No, on my computer.
You had to really think about that one.
On my computer, all I see is the Minerva Monster's big swinging dick.
He looks like Among Us in that shot.
Sus?
Doesn't he?
A little bit? He's cheeked up, though. I'd like to bring attention to this area right here.
I like that art style is pretty fun.
I do like that.
So, that is my history with the Minerva Monster. Now we have, what the fuck? What the shit? I'm looking through these. Some of these are, pretty terrifying.
Stop. Go back to the one that we're on. Quit spoiling yourself. You're like a child eating snacks before dinner.
Well, listen, some of these are boring.
You're boring.
You're a whore.
Next one.
Alright, next one. Sorry. Had to get the goob out of my throat.
He has COVID, don't worry.
The Cedar Bog Monster is what this one is called. The Cedar Bog Monster is yet another example of Ohio's Bigfoot activity. Are you shitting me?
Okay,
is it another Bigfoot?
Maybe just skip that one.
Yeah, we're skipping this one.
Yeah, fuck it.
This one is called Orange Eyes. Not to be confused with another monster in the area at Charles Mills Lake. Orange Eyes is one of the more terror-inducing cryptids you can find in Ohio. Reported to be more than... Reported to be more than 11 feet tall. Orange Eyes lurks near Mansfield, though he is said to have originated in Cleveland. What?
Cleveland.
Why is he rumored to have originated in Cleveland?
Probably played like
Whatever.
basketball.
Cleveland sucks.
Is that why?
Wait, what is he?
Orange eyes.
He's 11 feet tall.
Yeah.
He's a
That's
fucking
terrifying.
Probably
The
played
1,000-pound hominid was spotted
It was in Cleveland.
last in
1,000-pound
1991 when it appeared to two fishermen in Mill Creek before retreating into the nearby woods. Some locals believe that Orange Eyes was actually an alien being due to the fact that a green beam and UFO were spotted in the area in the 70s. Whatever Orange Eyes was, it hasn't been seen in over 20 years. That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. It's kind of spoopy if you think about it.
That's a good twist, you know? It's like, I think that's better than the Lovelam Frog. Definitely better than the 3 other Bigfoot knockoffs that we've read. This one's called the Charles Mills Lake Monster. If you take a gander at the art that they have, it's pretty fucking gnarly. It kind of looks like Swamp Thing.
Kind of.
Like a nightmare version of Swamp Thing.
Oh, I love it.
It's pretty cool. That art's really neat. More well known in the area is the Charles Mills Lake Monster. This mysterious cryptid has only been documented once. In March of 1959, teenagers Denny Patterson, Wayne Armstrong, and Michael Lane were running amok near the shores of Charles Mills Lake when they saw something that terrified them.
Oh, really?
Out of the water came a 7-foot-tall, armless humanoid. The boys noted that the creature had glowing green eyes and massive webbed feet. After the boys reported what they had seen, authorities searched the area, finding footprints that they thought resembled tracks that scuba and snorkel diving fins would leave behind. That's pretty creepy.
That's kind of spooky.
Especially
That's
since,
funky.
like, authorities could find something.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. This is another neat one. You know, I was expecting to have just a lot of unoriginal weird shit. This is cool weird. I haven't heard of this one. So moving on.
Ooh, that's a weird one.
Yeah,
Seeing you scroll by this really quickly, I thought it was like
it looks like an SCP.
I thought it was a wolf.
He kind of looks like that one thing from Spirited Away that like eats everybody.
It looks kind of like an alligator.
No Face?
Yeah.
No. It doesn't look anything like No Face.
An alligator man.
Yeah, it looks like an alligator man. It is called the Crosswick Monster.
It's called Yo Mama.
Whenever they don't
No,
know
it's
what to
not.
call something, I guess they always just call it a monster.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of coming up with a cooler
Yeah,
name.
they just call it place of origin monster,
Yeah, I guess.
which is super lame.
Around 20 miles north of the Lovelam Frogs territory, lies Crosswick, home to the Crosswick Monster. Although the monster
They
hasn't been
evolved.
spotted,
Bro, is this like...
although the monster has not been spotted in nearly 200 years.
Okay, no, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's some gay baby.
The legend of the Crosswick Monster is still told in the area. According to reports, 2 young boys. Keep in mind, this is from like the 1800s, so the story has probably changed. According to reports, 2 young boys were playing on the banks of a small creek when they were startled by a massive snake-like creature. The monster spouted arms and snatched one of the boys, dragging him nearly 100 yards up to a massive sycamore tree that was assumed to be its den. The Crosswick Monster dropped the child outside a hole in the tree's bank.
The tree's butt.
He's bussy.
The 26-foot diameter tree was eventually chopped down by dozens of men from the town, and the serpent creature reappeared. And when the serpent creature reappeared, the men noted that it was between 12 and 14 feet tall.
Jeebus.
The monster escaped the men, crashing through a fence before darting into a cavern. The full description from the men read, quote, "It is described as being 30 to 40 feet long, 12 to 14 feet tall when erect, 16 inches in diameter, and legs 4 feet long. It is covered with scales like a lizard's, of black and white in color, with large yellow spots. Its head is about 16 inches wide, with a long forked tongue, and the mouth inside deep red. Although the Crosswick Monster was never seen again, It is remembered as one of the most believable cryptid experiences in Ohio,
My ass.
as more than 60 men claim to have witnessed it.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I still don't really.
It's So it's Killer Croc.
Yeah.
I really don't like the wording that it like manifested arms. It spouted arms.
Yeah.
That's really gross to me.
What the fuck? Bessie,
Oh no.
you gotta be
More
shitting on me.
unoriginality, it seems.
Let's skip to the next one.
Fuck that.
I think we know what Bessie is.
The Peninsula Python.
I love the picture that they used here. It's like a kid and like those cutouts. It's like, okay, so get in the frame. We'll take a picture.
You gotta take a picture with the Peninsula Python. Alright.
Oh, but it looks like he's being eaten. That's not depressing.
The Peninsula Python may not be a true cryptid, but it deserved an honorable mention on this list nonetheless.
Did it?
Typically, honorable mentions.
Did it? They both say.
Typically,
I agree.
So this is 11 creatures, correct?
Yes.
What number is this?
I don't know. It doesn't have a number.
Clearly, we're not at 11 yet. Typically, honorable mentions are outside of the qualifying
Yeah.
entries.
Unless you're watching a Watch Mojo list, in which they do it right before number 1.
Columbus Navigator.
And to this, for me as a kid, whenever I would watch Mojo videos, I thought that the honorable mentions were all possible number 1 slots. Because they happened right before they said number 1.
I mean, kinda. Well, I don't know.
Alright, besides my childhood stupidity.
I don't like Watch Mojo.
Me neither.
No one does.
The Peninsula Python may not be a true... We already read that part. The story goes that in 1944, a circus train car tipped, spilling exotic snakes into the
Exotic butters.
into the countryside of Peninsula, Ohio. Though most were recaptured, one terrorized the town.
There's a town just called Peninsula?
Listen, we got corn here, and peninsulas, I guess.
We have a town called PP Township.
Yeah,
What do you
so
expect?
Are you shitting me?
I am not shitting you.
You're making this up.
I am not.
sightings of the massive snake were reported for weeks after its headline-grabbing escape, swimming through creeks and stalking livestock. Women and children were even advised to stay indoors to avoid the creature. As the months passed by, the snake evaded the people of Peninsula, and when August approached, they assumed that the upcoming winter would cause the snake to die. To this day, the Peninsula Python is celebrated and remembered each year on Peninsula Python Day.
What?
It's pee-pee day, dude.
Okay, so hang on. Let me get this straight. I kind of zoned out. I was still thinking about, like, why would they name it Peninsula? Why do they cherish this thing? What did this do? Did this eat people? What?
It just terrorized.
It terrorized.
It was just around. It's just a big snake that was around and they got scared of it.
What the? So now they cherish it as if it was some sort of good luck entity.
Yeah, now they celebrate it on pee-pee day.
I want one of those.
I bet you that's what people call it for. I bet you that's what like high schoolers call it. Oh, dude, it's pee-pee day.
I'm gonna check out Amazon for some of those little good luck cats with the motorized arm.
Are you that bored right now?
I'm not bored. It's just with this
skipped
reminded
one.
me of that.
Yeah, we skipped a couple because they were just Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Or Loch Ness Monster.
I like the Loch Ness Monster.
Everybody knows about the Loch Ness Monster.
That's true.
That's what Bessie is. It's just copy-paste. Plesiosaur in Lake Erie. Right here, we got the Dogman. Dogman is another
Dogman.
popular cryptid that... This is the last one, I
Do
think.
you mean a werewolf?
No.
You mean furry?
It's a werewolf-like creature. It's not a werewolf. But the Dogman is another one that I guess is reported all across the U.S. But I'll read the excerpt that they have here. Described as a werewolf-like creature, the Dogman has reportedly been seen all throughout Ohio, including our very own Franklin County. Now this is, I imagine, being written for the people of Columbus. So, that's just what they have written there. Eyewitnesses describe the Dogman creatures as between 4 to 6 feet tall, often very muscular, with pink or gray skin. It is sometimes seen on all fours or walking bipedally. One of the more recent accounts was in 2016 in Allen County. The Dogman is typically associated with Michigan, but in the past decade, several sightings have taken place throughout Ohio, an understandable migration. It's a dig on Michigan.
Do dogs migrate?
Dogmen do, I guess.
But didn't think dogs migrate.
But for those of you who live outside Ohio, it's a bit of a joke to trash on Michigan because Detroit's there.
Well, I
But-
have family. I have family that lives in Michigan, so whenever I do that, and they catch wind of it, they're like, "Well, you're not getting anything on Christmas this year."
It's like, cool, I don't give a shit.
And then they send me socks and underwear that I actually desperately needed.
That reminds me. One time I was watching
It's probably ideal to speak to the microphone
Yeah,
if you're talking, my man.
Yeah, okay. So that reminds me, one time when I was like a smaller lad, about 10 or 12, I was watching this random ass Pokemon YouTuber, and my brother Hunter, who is, very stereotypical Ohio person.
What does that mean?
He's conservative and he likes guns and hunting.
And he hates Michigan. That's important.
It's typical. Hates
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah. So he had a big blue and yellow hat with an M on it, and he was like, "Don't fucking watch that, dude." And I'm like, "Why not?" He said, "He's wearing Michigan colors."
Well, I'm sure that he was joking.
It's still a notable story.
I don't think that we hate Michigan. I think it's that we just fucking wish they didn't exist. Michigan. Okay, hang on.
Are we going on a tangent?
Hang on, I'm going on a tangent. This isn't the right one. Did I accidentally close that one? I did. Balls in my jaw. Correct, madam.
Alright, here we go.
I really like that picture of Venom. He says, "Correct, madam." Alright, you go on with what you're
Two Happy
doing.
Meals, please.
I'll pull
So
up
whenever
my
I was a little
bullshit.
kid, my dad once told me of an event where Michigan and Ohio had a shootout across Lake Erie, and they didn't hit anyone. It was unsuccessful. So now I just looked it up, and I guess it was a true event. What are you looking at?
Nothing. Continue.
It's called the Toledo War. The Toledo War took place from 1835 to 1836, also known as the Great Toledo War, the Michigan-Ohio War, or the Ohio-Michigan War, was an almost bloodless boundary dispute between the U.S. state of Ohio and the adjoining territory of Michigan. So let's see. The Ohio militia versus the territory of Michigan militia. There were 600 on the Ohio side and 1,000 on the Michigan side. There was only one person wounded on the Michigan side, and that's it. That's all the bloodshed.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so whatever the hell you were talking about. So, like, you can see here, like, I don't need to pull up a map. If you live in America, you know what I'm talking about. Wisconsin, they have, like, this chunk of Michigan. Why don't they just take that over? Why does Michigan have that land? It doesn't make sense.
One time they tried, I remember hearing that one time that part of Michigan tried to make themselves their own state, and they called themselves Superior, which everyone thought was dumb, and so they shut them
Well, that's
down.
because they're by Lake Superior.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But why do they have that disconnected chunk? There's no
They were probably butthurt.
There's no other state like that except for Hawaii, but that's just like a collection
Literally
of
an
islands.
island chain.
And Alaska also. Alaska has a few.
Alaska also has an island chain. I don't know. That's probably some weird, territorial dispute, like the one I'm talking about. Poor geographical understanding of the Great Lakes helped produce conflicting state and federal legislation between 1787 and 1805. In varying interpretations of the laws and governments of blah blah blah, claimed jurisdiction over a basically they both thought that they had ownership over a strip of land known as the Toledo Strip. The situation came to a head when Michigan petitioned for statehood in 1835 and sought to include the disputed territory in its boundaries. So basically, Ohio wasn't having that, and they shot at each other for a little bit.
Well, that was really
And
interesting.
one person got hurt, and that's it.
Well, that was really cool.
I thought that was really dumb.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments like that in history.
Yeah. Then there's the emu thing in Australia. That's also kind of stupid.
Yeah, Australia.
The Great Emu War.
They lost a war to birds.
Granted, emus are like scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're
like,
big.
yeah, but like also America lost the war on drugs too, or are losing.
Well, duh.
But like, I don't fucking know. Gun laws, right?
No, please.
No, no politics. Get
I have
the fucking
I
politics.
have very, very fine opinions about such laws. What about you, Rusty?
I believe we should not approach the subject.
Oh, no, it's the bit. Like, we talk about politics but never take a firm stance.
All right, so let's take a detour into celebrity rumors.
Well, now that I've already outed it, that bit's not going to work this time. We'll have to save it for another time.
Yeah.
Miranda, who's your favorite celebrity?
I don't know.
Isaac, who's your favorite celebrity?
Someone who's real and not like a YouTuber.
What are you saying?
YouTubers aren't real.
Are you saying Markiplier isn't a celebrity?
Listen, I'm saying like
This is a hot
no.
topic.
Everyone knows who Markiplier is. I'm saying like someone who has 1 million subscribers that has a very niche fan base.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Technoblade died.
Yeah, technically...
He died for our sins.
Yeah.
Like Jesus on the cross.
He died for the Minecraft
All right,
sins.
that's... I'm not,
Rusty, I don't know if...
I probably shouldn't dig at that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't dig at that.
I don't have anything against Technoblade. However, I hate Dream. So I'm just going to say that.
I
We're
don't
gonna
even
move on.
hate Dream. I hate the fans. But we're not going to talk anymore about that.
Listen, Dream said, and I
thought
quote...
Rusty was gonna say, but I don't like Jesus.
Well, I mean, my opinions on Jesus aren't very effective here. Anyways,
Let's keep the Jesus out of here.
let's get, we'll talk about Jesus later. But did you hear? I guess Beyonce wanted to be in the running for the next Spider-Man,
What?
but they were like,
Fuck.
a woman
we'd ha-
Spider-Man?
we'd have to completely rewrite the character for that. So no. And then she tried to sue Sony.
I don't know, Beyonce... Well, first of all, try and sue Sony. They're a bunch of fucking...
Yeah, but this is Beyonce.
They have sticks up their asses. But Spider-Man? Of all the roles that she could fill in the MCU...
I think it's a very brave thing to want to be Spider-Man. Now, I wouldn't surprise me if, like, Into the Spider-Verse or something, they cast her as, like,
Gwen.
some one-off Spider-Man. No, they already have a voice actress for Gwen.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
Oh, shoot. I don't know, dude. I think there's a lot of better goddamn choices. Like, maybe somebody who... Does Beyonce have a lot of acting history?
Beyonce was in Austin Powers 3.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
We have to...
it's called Gold Member.
You bought Austin Powers collection, didn't you?
Yes.
Last time we went to Walmart.
Do you want to watch it?
I would like to watch it. Maybe not tonight, but eventually I have to.
It is an experience. I wouldn't say that they're good. They're very funny, intentionally or not. Alright, so who else? Who else is on the chopping block?
So many people that we can make fun of.
What about Lucy?
We can make fun of Lucy for years on end.
Lucy's not a
Lucy
celebrity.
is our dog.
Yeah, Lucy's
Yeah.
not a celebrity.
She's a goober.
Yeah, she's
On
also
the
like
top of
really
Lucy.
old.
Bit of a fool.
Yeah.
She's not really old. She's like 7 or 8.
Yeah,
I thought she was like 9 or 10.
Whatever. Same difference.
She's 1,000.
You're not long for this world, Lucy.
Eldritch dog.
She's a septime millennial being.
She seems to not like, but not run away from your little punches. So yeah, I guess Leonardo DiCaprio is trying to make it... He's trying to get it so then the state of California will recognize him as a dwarf.
What?
What?
Even though he is... how tall is he? Let's see.
I don't know.
Does he just not want to be called short?
Leonardo DiCaprio is 6 feet tall.
Jesus.
What?
So I don't know if he could legally do that.
But then again, he's a celebrity. He could do that.
I mean, celebrities do carry a lot of power, but like, if he's if he's 6 foot tall,
Yeah, I don't know. He's
I'm getting a lot
bit of a
of
weird
getting
here.
a lot of thoughts that I don't think I can share on a podcast format.
Shit.
What are you talking about, buddy? What do you want to say?
I'll tell you afterwards. This is shit that could get me canceled immediately.
Neo-dwarfism.
I hate short people.
But it turns out Leonardo DiCaprio does in fact have a rare disease that is shrinking his height very gradually over time.
What? What are you talking about?
That's why he wants to classify for dwarf status, because he knows eventually it's going to happen.
By the time he's like 80 or 90,
He's going to be about like 2 feet tall.
Tiny decrepit.
Don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him. This man has a disease.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the idea of him gradually shrinking over time.
But you think that's funny?
I think
to see a time. I want a mini elderly DiCaprio.
I think to see a time lapse of a person.
It's like I took a picture of my life every day for 17
frame.
years. Yeah, he slowly goes out of frame. And then he just has to pan the camera down.
No,
So,
he doesn't pan the camera down at all. It just keeps going.
They take a picture of him once every season, so that's 4 pictures a year. So from like the day he's born to the day he's like 80 years old. He grows
It's a parabola of height.
He grows to be 6 feet and then he shrinks back down to 3. Oh my god. Leonardo. Celebrities can just do whatever they want, can't they?
Yeah.
Scathing commentary, I know.
As a... I was trying to think of someone... I was trying to think of a quote, but it would not enter my brain. But as Miley Cyrus once said, "I am your new god, peasants. Kneel before me."
I mean...
And then she like waved a sword around and said some sort of eldritch incantation.
I don't know. You said Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, I think that her recent her
doesn't-
post Wrecking Ball world.
That doesn't sound like her.
I think it's because she has found the Necronomicon and is becoming corrupted by otherworldly magics. How do you go from being horse girl Miley Cyrus to being naked on a wrecking ball and licking sledgehammers?
You know what, dude?
It is Cthulhu.
That is sound logic. You can't turn that down.
If you do, I will find you and I will hunt you down without any remorse.
Also, I saw a theory that Pharrell Williams is a vampire.
What?
Yeah.
The dude who wrote Happy?
Yeah.
Which I didn't know he also like raps, and he raps like hard, and I think that's really funny to me.
Does he really go for it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like there's a song where T-Pain says the N-word, and it's really funny to hear that auto-tuned. It's like that's a weird way to put that out there.
I don't know. He's a vampire?
Yeah, the evidence that they use is that one, like, he never...
Tom Cruise is a vampire, and you cannot prove me otherwise. He's using that Xenu Scientology magic bullshit.
For sure.
He's...
What did she say?
Xenomorph.
I don't like
Morph.
you.
But
Emu
Scientology is whack.
Yeah, fuck
Have you seen the
Scientology.
Oprah interview
I did
with
not.
Tom Cruise?
The only
This is real.
The only real exposure that I have to Scientology is that episode of South Park that made Chef leave.
Let me look up.
And then they sentence mixed him for a whole episode, and then he turned into a child molester Darth Vader.
What?
So right after Tom Cruise came out as a Scientologist in the late 90s,
But after he came out as gay...
he went on Oprah to talk about it, and he was unhinged. He was really strange in that interview. And so he was like jumping all over everywhere, and he was like grabbing at her and stuff.
What?
And so people took GIFs of this, and keep in mind, this is the early 2000s. This is long before memes. There was a site called You're the Man Now Dog, where people could make web pages that were basically hosts for memes. So, they were called fads in that time.
Yeah.
But one of the popular fads was this.
Oh yeah,
He's grabbing Oprah's hands and shocking her with lightning.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it plays the clip of Darth Sidious in Star Wars Episode 3 saying, "Unlimited power!"
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, attacking Oprah is not good.
Yeah, don't attack the Oprah.
I feel as if Oprah is a gift
He's
from
truly
otherworldly beings.
Tom Cruise is truly an unhinged individual, at least back in those days. I wouldn't say he's any less weird now, but he tries to keep quiet about it.
Rusty, what 2 celebrities would you like to see fight to the death?
What 2 celebrities of any time?
any two celebrities that have ever existed. They have 24 hours to train and prepare.
Wolfgang Mozart versus Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish is going down.
Billie.
Like even though Mozart was like an aristocrat in his time, he was still like he still had to survive through most shit that like people nowadays wouldn't have had to.
Yeah.
So I feel like even the aristocrats then were hardcore. I want to see Abe Lincoln take on anyone who has been president in the past 20 years.
Whoa, we're taking a stance. No, you're not. You're not committing to anything, you coward.
Well, hot take. Leadership in America has been poor over the past couple of decades. Wow, scalding take.
Hot take.
I just think it would be really fun to watch Abe Lincoln beat the shit out of George W. Bush.
That'd be pretty good. No, you know what?
Fucking
Abe Lincoln was a monster of a man too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like 6 feet tall, but I guess he was very soft spoken. Let me look up Abe Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
Thanks.
So he was 6'4".
Yeah, dude, he's a unit.
And he was like, he grew up like splitting logs and shit in the countryside. He was like a
he's already jacked.
He's a
he is a
Chad.
big dude.
Give him some weapons training. Oh
But
my
I guess
God.
he was a very soft-spoken man. He was very polite. But I feel like this is the kind of guy who would throw the fuck down if he needed to.
Oh yeah, no.
Isn't there like so many conspiracy theories around him?
Around Lincoln?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably.
I think there's conspiracy theories around any sort of government leader.
Yeah.
There's conspiracy theories about everybody.
Even you.
Probably.
He's in your walls. He's in your walls. He's in your walls.
you do not recognize the bodies in the water.
I do.
I do. I'm quirky.
I'm quirky. I talk to ghosts.
I talk to scrotes.
Do you know Post Malone talks to ghosts?
That is really funny. Let's take a detour back to celebrity rumors. This isn't a rumor. This is a real thing.
This is a fact.
This is a fact.
This is verifiable.
Multiple times, Post Malone has appeared on the show Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Avengers.
Ghost Adventures.
It's just Tony Stark. Ripperoni.
Too soon, Rusty.
Love you 3000.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
That hurt. Anyways,
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna die.
so we saw an episode where they went to like this decommissioned slaughterhouse. Zach Baggins, Post Malone, and Zach Baggins' fucking crew of jabronis.
Yeah.
And they made Post Malone stand on like a flight of stairs in a dark, empty room, and they just waited for him to pussy out.
They left him alone, and he was like, "Oh, dude, it felt so weird. It's like there was an otherworldly presence." We're like, "Yeah, it's airflow. It's a breeze."
Oh my god. And he looked so horrified and
Miranda,
stuff.
what did you send?
NSFW.
Don't look at that yet.
Oh, you sent the video? In other news, Young Gravy had a sex tape leak.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Don't look at that yet.
Don't
No,
look
especially
at
not
the
with-
sex tape.
I'm looking at it.
Don't look at it in front of the boy.
That's what I was
I'm
trying
not looking
to
at it. Don't
say.
worry.
Volume down.
It's not very impressive. You don't get to see much of Gravy's schlangus, unfortunately.
Dude, he's going to town though.
Yes, he is. And it's not even a MILF. So.
Says you.
It's a flim.
Debunked. Anyways.
I really
But-
like hashtag dick.
Does
This is one of the tags they put in there.
you should probably charge your phone.
You should probably report that tweet.
No, it's okay.
Report it to the government.
Nobody take that out of context. I really like the hashtag dick. As if I follow it religiously.
Literally everyone take that out of context. Please, I beg of you.
Leave it in its original context, please.
No.
Please. You're gonna make me throw my quarter pounder.
You're gonna make me throw down.
You're gonna make me throw down, homie.
You're gonna
I
make
don't
me
wanna
throw
have
up.
to, I don't have to end you. Oh,
Well-
you're popping my elbows and
Wait,
shit.
Rusty, your thing isn't thinking.
Charger?
Yeah.
My power strip?
Yeah, it's not plugged in anymore.
Was your computer dying?
No, it's not dying. I just noticed that it's not charging.
Miranda, move.
Can I?
Let me check the power
Can we
strip.
talk about how stupid ghost shows are?
Sir, please let me get up. Thank you.
Ah.
I'll be right back.
They're funny to laugh at.
They are funny to laugh at.
Yeah, but like,
These idiot goobers.
how do you make? How many seasons did Ghost Adventure have? Like,
I don't think it's over.
Yeah, I think it might
well, how many
still
are
be
they at
going.
now?
It's plugged
Countless.
in all the way.
Cat is not a number.
I said countless.
Isaac, can you make sure that the power strip is on?
Ghost Adventures.
Is your thing plugged in all the way?
Yes.
Thing plugged in all the way.
Okay, now it's charging.
See? Alright.
It was
Can you
already
plug in
plugged
Miranda's
in.
phone?
No.
The charger should still be over there.
20,
You can use the Switch charger.
26. How do you make 26 seasons?
There's also a, excuse me, miss. I gotta move so I can be comfy.
My back.
There is an image I'm especially fond of that has it's Vanilla Ice and Zach Baggins. Miranda, give me your phone.
Oh my god. I'm
How do you make
sorry.
26 seasons of standing in a room being like, oh, that's spooky.
'Cause
Oh, I
people
hurt
watch
someone.
Because Zach Baggins is committed to the bit.
And people watch it.
People watch it. So if there's people watching it, then I'm sure it costs next to nothing to make these things.
What was that one show that I thought, Smiling Friends?
Yeah. What about it?
How did that not pick up initially?
Oh, it did. I think they just had to animate it.
Oh,
Because
really?
a lot of people really liked the pilot.
I heard this story. The story that I heard was the pilot had good reception, but not good enough for them to make it into a full thing. And then there was some sort of
Campaign.
campaign, or like everyone was like, "We want to see Smiling Friends."
I know that a lot of the creators behind it, Zach Hadel and what's the other guy's name?
Adolf Hitler.
Shut up.
Okay.
It's I can't remember, but he's the dude who did Bushworld Adventures.
Don't hug me. I'm scared. It's getting new content, dude.
I knew
Yeah, I
that.
have heard.
That's pretty cool. I haven't.
I gotta
heard
catch
that.
up on the lore.
I know. I
Watch Matt Pat's Game Theory,
All right,
That's
so
not-
where he confirms
that's
that duck is Ness.
all right, the other guy's name is Michael Cusick, and
Michael Cusack.
but he's the dude who
Michael
did
Q-tip.
Bushworld Adventures, and if you remember that, that's Australian Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's a nightmare that I haven't been able to forget about since.
It's a very strange, really funny,
Funny's a strong word.
entertaining thing. But and then Zach Hadel is known better on the internet as Psychic Pebbles.
Psychic Pebbles.
Yeah, and
Psychic pussy.
he is an old school
Pebble.
Newgrounds animator, and he makes some really funny shit. And so they worked together on a pilot, and Mike Stucklaza from Red Letter Media was in it too, and it was really great. It was really funny.
Wasn't
The
Tom's
Smiling
Gun
Friends
involved or
pilot.
something?
I love Smiling Friends.
I don't know.
I want merchandise.
I want a Mr. Frog action figure, please. I want a Devore Iron Man.
What?
No, that's what Mr. Frog does. He eats people whole.
Yeah.
Quit saying vor. I'm getting...
Yeah, you're right. Vor implies a sexual context.
Yes.
He does not do it sexually. He does it as a fucking lion would, with blood and gore.
I'm really upset with you that vor has just been adopted into your everyday
My
vocabulary.
lexicon.
Like you're at a job interview or something, and they're like, "What do you like to do in your free
I like
time?"
the vor food.
I like to go to Taco Bell and vor burritos.
Oh, you wouldn't like my Discord server then.
Oh God, please
Isaac,
don't.
I wouldn't go into
I
detail.
don't.
No.
Don't go into anything.
But one of my favorite bits.
Close that door, lock it, and throw the key into a sinking ship,
I
One-
did.
and then take that ocean to the sun.
One of my favorite bits from the Mr. Frog episode is that they recount a time where Mr. Frog had he was having an interview with a TMZ reporter, and he just tried to eat the guy halfway through the interview, and it took like 3 men 40 minutes to get him out of Mr. Frog's mouth. And then at the end of the episode, after he gets back on his show, he fucking just eats the producer. It's really great.
Dude, I just had an idea for a Dungeons and Dragons character.
Mr. Frog?
Yeah, you're a frog, and like your stomach is a bag of holding.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Do you remember the butt of holding?
I do not.
What?
I don't
It's
remember.
like it's like a nasty. It's like the flesh mage equivalent of a bag of holding.
I don't remember the butt of
And
holding.
it has a little it has a sphincter that is the seal to the bag. and it opens so you can put stuff in it.
I don't like this. I don't remember this. I'm glad. Why did you remind me?
But look at Mr. Frog. Like, what race would this being be?
That doesn't look like a frog.
No, his name is Mr. Frog, dipshit.
Hello, I am Mr. Frog.
Tough kitties. There's a fella named Shrimp who's played by, one of the other episodes has a fella named Shrimp, who is played by the creator of Salad Fingers, David Firth. And he speaks like a robot.
He doesn't look like a frog. No, his name is
Mr.
Mr.
Frog.
Frog.
Like that in my entire life.
Holy shit.
I
No,
can't do an
hold
impression.
on.
Is he named Mr. Frog because he swallow?
I don't. He
He's
eats a bug.
green.
Because he green. But what about brown frog? Oh, I guess that's a toad.
So this is Shrimp.
Sounded like an Inuit.
I've seen shrimp. I like shrimp.
He screams.
He looks like a shrimp.
the episode is called Shrimp's Odyssey.
That goes so hard, dude.
These pics go hard. Feel free to screenshot.
Let me find a. You made me dig my claws into your skin.
You just ripped my skin
It's
off.
because you headbutted my nails into your neck.
This is really good without context, guys.
Yes.
I'm scratching Miranda's neck. She leaned her head back and dug my fingers into it.
My back hurts.
What
You
are
wanna just lean back?
What are the really
I can
good
scratch
shows?
your neck later.
I want help.
Rusty, have you seen any of like
I want
the
scratches.
Miranda? Shut the fuck up.
What do you want? This? Oh my
It
god.
looks like you're getting head backwards.
Oh god.
It's like one of those yokai that has a mouth on the back of the head.
Oh,
It's like Mawile.
oh, Mawile would bite your nuts off.
I'd let her bite
What
my
were you
nuts off.
saying?
Have you ever seen any of those like really shitty, like obvious cash grab shows on Hulu or Netflix, like Solar Opposites?
Oh. No, I'm
Or-
not. That's from Justin Roiland, though, so I would argue that's not a cash grab.
It has its moments, but it feels like Family Guy in Rick and Morty's art style. Like they're just
Yeah.
jokes after jokes.
I guess that goes to show
Like-
where the talent comes from in the writing room.
But it does have like a B plot where one of the alien kids has like an entire wall of their bedroom and it's like interconnected like hamster cages. But there's a lot of tiny people in there and they have their own tiny society.
This sounds like the Matt Damon movie.
It's really
Where he shrinks down and lives in the little dollhouse
I
village.
don't know what you're talking about. Check
Me
out
neither.
Solar Opposites, Rusty. Nobody else though.
No one. No one.
What's another show that I can recommend for just a niche person to see? I'm trying to think. Most of the shows I watch, or take the time to sit down and watch, are
Are for
pretty
weird
enjoyable. And whenever I enjoy it, I would openly recommend it to whoever.
I watch anime.
Yeah, there you go.
Anime's pretty good. Check out anime.
Check out Anime. Anime the series. Find it on
It's my
anywhere.
favorite show.
Let me look through my Netflix watch.
Let me look at my
nuts.
Wow, you idiots. You three idiots all said the same dumb thing at the same dumb time.
It's because we're all dumb people.
I have a sudden craving
don't.
for like the little fireball jawbreaker candies.
Oh, yeah, those
I
are
was
great.
thinking about those last night.
Do you remember whenever you were like a little kid and you would win bingo and you get to pick a treat?
No.
No.
What?
I didn't go to school at a nursing home. I'm sorry.
No. They always did like math bingo and stuff for us whenever I was a little kid.
I do remember that.
All right. Well, some
Well,
of us didn't
I
have good
will-
childhoods.
I also did not go to the same school.
Yeah, that's right.
Both
of you are foreigners.
I remember. Oh shit! What did we do?
Me whenever I remember.
Anyways.
I remember. Oh shit.
My point is, whenever I was a little kid, I was too much of a pussy to like fireballs.
So
So I would always just take like a dum-dum instead.
So what I would do, like I wasn't allowed to play Grand Theft Auto when I was in like middle school.
In middle school?
I eventually wore down my parents and I'm like, I want Grand Theft Auto 5. And they're like, all right, fuck it. He's already seen Family Guy. He's seen parts of Ted, which I still want to watch. I know it's a bad movie.
You want to watch it tonight?
I want to watch
I have
Ted.
not seen it.
I want to see Ted.
I haven't seen
It's
But
got Mark Wahlberg in it.
but what
Oh,
I would do is
Hello, everybody. My name is Ted Plier.
every
I didn't
year
even
on
saw that
Halloween, I used to hate peanut butter. I'm still not the biggest fan of it, but it was at the point where like I would give them to my friend and he would let me borrow Grand Theft Auto 4 on the PS3 for X amount of weeks. I don't remember. So I'd give him half of my candy, and he'd give me a video game. And eventually my mother found it, and she threw it away.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You had to say, hey,
And he's I was like really scared. I'm like, hey man, I lost your copy of Grand Theft Auto. He's like, oh, it's okay. I have like 3 more.
Why you just have that?
I don't know.
That's what I was saying.
I don't know, he's a
Like,
weird kid.
Whatever.
He was a weird kid.
All the kids at the school I grew up at.
All the other kids with the pumpkin
You
kicks.
should probably
Better
face the
run,
like, I
microphone
would-
when you speak.
Shut up.
I'm
I would go to
sorry,
like
I'm
my
just trying to
friends'
help you.
houses, and they would go up to their mom. They'd be like, well, before that, they would be like, well, I really want this game. And they'd go up to their parents and say, hey, can I get this game? And they'll be like, yeah, here's my credit card.
Imagine
Like,
growing
that,
up.
that was not... that
wasn't a
me.
normal thing
Yeah,
for
no,
me.
That was
none of us.
insane to
We
me.
all grew up lower middle class, so we weren't exactly like poor, but we didn't
were-
have enough money to spend that we could just be
Exactly.
like, I want Grand Theft Auto.
Well, when I moved here, I didn't have to ask to play my video games anymore. Because when I moved here, I was like 15, 16, coming up on 16.
You were just a sweet little boy then.
I was a sweet little boy.
You didn't even have facial hair.
And now I'm a sour little boy.
Sour big boy.
Whoa.
So I would approach my grandparents who I live with now, and I'd be like, "Can I play my games?" And they're like, "You don't need to ask us, just go." So then every day I'd get home from school and I'd just play games until I go to sleep. And then, well, I never had homework.
Freedom.
I never had homework in high school.
That's something that's great about the high school that we went to, is very few teachers were willing to give out homework. So that was fun.
My, oh shit.
So on the topic of high school,
You
Mr.
haven't been
Mike's
to high
was
school
pretty
yet.
Yeah, you haven't been there.
Yeah, I haven't.
Mr. Mike's is, oh, I miss Mr. Mike's.
This teacher was pretty cool.
What was
Oh,
the
I
other name?
haven't been
Mr.
there.
Russell. Mr. Russell. He would
Wait.
he wouldn't make you do homework because he thinks that making you do homework is like super unfair, especially if you
It's counterintuitive.
especially if you do well, because like the lowest grade I ever got in this class was like an 80%, and that was only because I was sick 2 out of the 5 days.
So, the teacher I had, I was in the advanced courses. So I had I had 2 teachers throughout all my 4 years of middle
My
school.
Minecraft impression.
For math at least. For the first 2 years, I had a teacher named Mrs. Kuhn. She has a different
She
last name
screamed at
now.
me.
She has a different last name now because I guess she got divorced.
She was a strange
also, the last
teacher.
name Kuhn isn't very
She
good.
screamed at me for asking questions.
Yeah, she was a
and then
very
I
strange
never asked
teacher.
questions
I-
throughout all of high school.
Yeah, that's how it be.
She liked me, and this girl I sat by.
Whoa.
Listen, no, not like that.
It's not like I like you or anything.
Please, let me finish my story.
Okay, go on.
Go on.
She liked me, and this girl I sat next to named Margaret for no reason. We would talk throughout her entire class, and I guess just because of what we talked about, she liked us.
I like Margaret.
Margaret's cool, but anyways, right? I think it was at the end of my second year of having her, right before I would have moved on to another teacher. So the way that she graded homework was like on a merit system.
Yeah.
She would not collect homework or anything. You would say like what you got, and she would assume that you were telling the truth.
Yeah, either she would have you be like, well, how many questions did you get done, or like trade with another student near you or something like
Everyone
that.
would lie.
Yes.
And
But
everyone
my
eventually-
problem, I can't lie.
Eventually, she found out, and she had like a mental breakdown because these high schoolers were lying about their math scores, which of course they would.
Well,
And so people, I think one of my classmates got like the worst one. He got like a week of like detention because that he cheated so hard on his homework.
what do you expect? Especially like
Yeah, you give high schoolers, irresponsible high schoolers, the ability to make their own grades.
I don't want to stereotype, but I did have a year with Mrs. Kuhn. It was the athletic kids. They would never do their homework. They would just pull out a sheet of notebook paper that looked like it was done.
There's just scribbles on it.
Or it would be the same homework from like 3 days ago. And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't do 2 questions." She's like, "Okay, 9 out of 10."
I only
Yeah.
I only slightly padded my responses in the homework, so I only got like a 1-day lunch detention.
Oh, dude, I'd be honest.
I was one of the I was one of the least offenders. So she let me off real easy.
I'd be totally honest.
I think she
with her.
said there was only one person who had a lighter sentence than me.
She was like one of my last classes of the day. So like one day I told her like I didn't do my homework yesterday because I was called into work. And she's like, "Oh, okay."
See? That's fine.
But like she would also freak out on everybody.
Yeah,
I would have to go
it's
to
so
lunch
strange.
detention like every single day. But like again, she didn't want me asking any questions, so I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
She
That
actually
was, like,
had me
freshman year.
in my junior and senior year. She had me. She asked if I could help out with her on lunch periods sometimes, and I would, and then no one would ask me any questions.
Because she yells at everyone.
That's another weird thing. I guess, judging from you guys, she was very bipolar.
Yeah.
She never even once talked to me in a mean tone.
The only moment that I vividly remember from her class was, I forget exactly who it was. It was one of the more, I don't want to say he was a delinquent. He's like a class clown, but like not as
Well liked.
like people didn't like him like they did with Jack.
Who was it?
I don't remember.
Oh,
But
okay.
he would like throw his pencil up in the air and catch it. And one day, he threw it in such a way that like our school had like the really light tiles that you could just push up. He threw it and then it got stuck in one of the tiles. And he was looking up and he was standing up on his seat when she came into the room. And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I dropped my pencil."
Yeah, I dropped it and went up, you know? And then everyone laughed and pointed at him.
And then there was in Mrs. Mayfield's, the Spanish teacher of the school,
The second one.
Logan had leftovers from Grinders one night. He put the sandwich in the fucking ceiling.
What?
Oh no.
He put the sandwich in the ceiling. He was there for like 6 months.
Oh my
And
god.
like the
Holy
last
shit.
day of exams on his senior year, he went
Just
to
like,
get it.
Oh yeah.
It was like a
Was
disgusting.
it
like,
gay Logan?
no, it was the
It
cooler
was
one.
straight Logan.
I think he ran track or
Oh.
cross country.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. The cool Logan. He was
Italian Logan.
Yeah, he was a dude.
But Mayfield was another one of the teachers that liked me. I guess because of my affinity for language.
Oh, dude, Mayfield. She would.
She just let you sit in her classes, yeah?
Oh yeah, dude. First, I would go in. I didn't even have a class first period. I'd go in first period and just sit with Aubrey. And there was one time, they were going on a field trip, and I'm like, well, I want to go on the field trip and watch Spanish movies. And she's like, okay, well, I guess I can pull some strings. So I got that whole day off of actual classes, and I just got to watch movies.
Do you remember?
She has a tramp stamp.
Mayfield?
Yes.
What?
She has a tramp stamp.
How do you know this?
I
Why
saw
do you
it.
know this?
I saw
You
it,
saw it?
on the field trip. That field trip I just told you about. She leaned over and I saw it was like a butterfly in the center, and then there were like tribal tattoos like coming out of it.
The stereotypical tramp stamp.
Yeah, this butterfly, like the white girl tramp stamp.
Yeah.
My mom just has like a butterfly, but
Jesus.
like
She has
anything
a
more
tramp
than a
stamp?
butterfly.
My mom does not have a
That's way
tramp
worse.
stamp, and I am so happy about that.
I want to get a tramp
That's
stamp.
just like.
Why would you
Above
know
your
whether or not
tailbone,
she...
right?
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like right above where your butt crack starts.
I
just
guess
such
she
a-
passed out like the whole time. Like just
I've yet to get a tattoo. I've yet to get piercings.
I don't know what I would want.
I don't know either. I was always considering,
I know exactly what I want for my first tattoo.
what's that?
I want the eagle from Infamous Second Son.
I thought you wanted the Mark of the Outsider.
Mark of the Outsider would be hype.
Mark of the plier.
I'm gonna mark you with pliers. If you don't pipe down.
The only problem with that is if I ever go to a job interview and I have to mark the outsider on the back of my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to wear gloves.
If I'm gonna get tattoos, I'm gonna get somewhere I can conceal them. I've always wanted to get like the Superman shield on like my shoulder.
Everyone at GameStop, they have the Assassin's Creed symbol on their left wrist. So I might get that. What?
Everyone?
Yeah, like Elliot and Dante did. Brandon doesn't have any tattoos. Ben does. Harley was going to until she had to leave for her, what's the word? Internship.
So,
What was that like exasperated lean back?
like back on the topic of tattoos.
I
If
can't
I were to
breathe.
ever get like,
You can't breathe.
This
Oh,
one
you
be like-
just need to slow down talking?
yeah, these wouldn't be like my first tattoos, but they'd be like like the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth, how he has like the eyes on his hands. I'd get something like that.
That's creepy.
That would hurt.
That
would hurt a lot.
There's like diagrams online of like
The sensitive
It's-
regions.
it's
It's
like
like your armpits, your ribs,
It's
the
like
palms of your hands.
a heat map of the most sensitive areas.
Obviously your genitals.
Yeah, genitals would be pretty bad.
The soles of your feet.
That would tickle.
I would get the tattoos from Umbrella Academy.
Oh, the yes and no.
That's not
It's not an
Weeaboo.
anime.
Weeaboo.
It's a Netflix.
But whenever you were talking about the field trip, it jogged my memory to one of the other field trips that you went on, which I went to, where we went and we watched the Spanish dude sing or whatever, and then we ate at like Cece's.
Oh, I do remember that.
I just remember CC's.
But that was that. So that took place on Halloween. The day after.
Halloween.
Shut up! Shut up! People keep interrupting my story. I just want to tell it. So, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, tell your story about Halloween.
So we have this thing in our high school where people can buy other people and dress them up whatever they want.
They're not buying people. They're
sounds pretty.
They're buying.
they're buying the rights
Sounds
to
like
put them in
human
a
trafficking.
costume for a day.
Yes. So, I was bought, and my costume was Fiona from Shrek.
Oh God, I remember this.
So originally it was supposed to happen on the day of Halloween, but I had a field trip that day. So we did November 1st, which was also a Friday. So not only did I have the distinction of being Fiona from Shrek, I had the distinction of being the only person who was in costume that day.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was really fun.
I
You
think
remember it.
I was in art when you went in to get acrylic paint, I'm pretty sure.
I was a senior.
Huh?
That was my senior year.
that was
no,
his senior
I swear
year.
to God.
No, that was his senior year, dude.
I think I've recounted this story so many times that it just feels like you're there.
I swear to God. No, No.
You had graduated by that
No.
point. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Yeah.
because Paco's
Randy.
friends were there.
It's because I was in Mr. Mike's class, and I didn't have Mr. Mike's until my senior year.
Phelps, you might be getting out of the reach.
You're
of
old, Miranda.
That's okay.
You're
No, I'm
senile.
not.
Anyways, my friend who had bought me, he gave me the costume and the makeup, and I did it in a rush because he gave me it whenever I showed up for school, and I had like whatever it was, like 30 minutes to get in costume and get my makeup on. The costume was a size too small, so I had to like suck in my gut and zip up my own dress. And I came out and I looked like some sort of perverse professional wrestler. And I had to tuck my hair up. My hair was a bit shorter at the time. My hair right now is really long. At the time it was about like ear length, right?
I think so.
So I was able to tuck it into the wig, and there was a little hairband that had the Shrek ears on it. And I did my face paint alright, as well as I could in the short time that I had, and I went off. So because I had missed the day prior, we had a test in calculus. So I had to go up to Mrs. Grunder's class, first period, while she had a class.
Mr. Grunder's.
Mrs.
Well, both Grunders can be kind of uptight.
And so I show up the whole class. She's at her desk. She's doing something. She's not looking at me entering the room. I come in. I stand in the doorway for a minute. Everyone looks at me. I'm like, I don't say anything. She looks up. I'm like, hey, I'm here to make up my test. And she's like, just sit in the back. So
Keep going.
I do my test, and then I continue on throughout my day. And the most of the pictures I have of that day, the handful, were in Mr. Mike's class, which was 4th period?
I think. I don't remember.
I think so. By that time, the makeup had started to, like, fade a little bit. And then I had one more class and then lunch. So at lunch, me and a couple of my friends, we went to the art room. And we asked our art teacher if they could touch up my paint with acrylic. And she was like, sure. So I rolled up my sleeves a little bit, as much as I could, so they could get up inside. And I had... It was a couple of my friends. It was Alan. He was there. I don't think he contributed much. He was there for moral support, more or less.
Sounds
and
like
then
Alan.
his Paco's girlfriend and one of her friends. And they painted me up. They did me real good. They gave me a nice dark shade of green, a forest green. And they even painted my lips red and gave me a little mole under my eye. And my God, it made my eyes look intense. Because I remember taking a picture and my eyes look vibrantly green. And they're like a hazel. But it was, at first, not too unpleasant. But as I started to move, it felt real itchy and gross. And by the time we had reached the end of the day, I was like, I need to get this off. So I had D&D club that night. So real quick, once after the bell rang and I had all my shit together, I ran to the bathroom and I started vigorously scrubbing the makeup off. And there was a dude who came in and used the restroom, and he looked at me and I was like, don't worry about it, man. He shrugged and he like went in and he left. But I got out as much as I could to the point where I was as comfortable as I was. And I got into the library, I threw my shit down, and then I just peeled off the dress. So I'm not wearing a shirt under it, but I am wearing pants. I'm wearing jeans. So I unzip the dress and I throw it off and I yell, I am an ogre!
Dear God.
The acrylic paint stained my skin for weeks. Where you going?
Downstairs.
You going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Miranda.
Good night, Miranda.
Good night, Miranda.
Rusty, I remember halfway through that story that we filled your locker with apple juice.
Oh, no, was that junior year?
No, that was senior. That had to be. No, it wasn't.
No, because
it wasn't.
We wouldn't have had the opportunity to get it all out.
It was junior.
So, about halfway through my junior year, I started accumulating a stack of apple juice in the bottom of my... Yeah, because we had our lockers downstairs.
Oh, no, it was. Yeah, it was junior. Yeah, because
So-
you were like around the corner from the bathrooms.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yep, I got it now.
And we stuck butter to your locker, and it was there for weeks.
That was senior.
No, that wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, because you had all your shit in Sharon's locker.
No.
So yeah, you didn't use your locker at all.
No.
So that's why the butter was able to stay there.
What?
Because it was downstairs.
No.
You can ask Alan.
No, dude.
You can fucking ask Alan.
This was senior year that we had the butter on my locker.
That might have been senior year too, but I swear to you.
There was butter on my locker 2 years in a row. I don't know, dude. That's too
The
amazing
locker
to be
of lube.
coincidence. No, but that's... Oh, fuck. We filled your locker with apple juice. It was like halfway full. We had just a ton... They were like near the bottom. Some of them were like black.
Yeah.
And I remember opening one or two and they just stank.
Oh yeah, one of them was black on the inside.
Yeah, it was
Really
really
nasty.
That sounds like death.
If you didn't have the label, you would
We-
assume it's
we-
like tar.
We ran them over with his car.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
We got it in
Before-
slow-mo.
That was when I still had my shitty little Saturn. Who are you texting?
Miranda.
Why are you texting her?
Because she went downstairs.
You're a simp.
Yeah, Rusty's simping over his girlfriend.
I don't think that's simping at that point.
Dream simp.
Dream about simps. So I think that was a bit of a fun segment talking about our high school days. What other crazy shit happened in high school?
Mr. Souls was a lifeless beast.
What period did you have him? You had him first, right?
I had him I think first or second.
I had him second.
No, then I had him first. And I would always sit in there wishing to die.
Yes. Oh my god.
I sat in the back. I sat in the back with Alan. Most days I would just doodle and just make up little funny designs. But I remember one day Alan was saying snicker.
Oh, that's right.
And he got sent to the fucking assistant principal because somebody said that he was saying the N-word. And he was pretty much just let off with a, I've never seen you around here, you're not a bad kid, go, don't do it again.
And then, didn't this girl's mom come in, really angry about it?
I don't remember.
I think Alan told me that.
I don't
She was, really angry that he didn't get a heavier sentence, even though he was saying a word that was definitely not the N-word.
He said snicker. He's like, well, I'm just saying snicker. It's snicker is a word. Like a short chuckle, a snicker.
Or the candy.
Yeah.
Why is Snickers called Snickers?
Because snicker is a stunted laugh.
Is it supposed to make you laugh? Are you supposed to enjoy eating candy?
You're supposed to go, ha ha, candy.
Also, that reminds me of something. I don't know very much about this situation, but back in the not current year, but the year that precedented this current summer.
What the fuck are you talking about? What did you just say?
Last year?
Yes, okay.
You could have just said that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I don't know. I didn't hear much about the situation, but I'm just gonna assume that it was a bet. But there's this group of little miscreants that sits in the corner of the cafeteria where we all consume. And I'm assuming one of them told the other hey, I'll give you something. Once again, I don't know. I'm not very knowledgeable of the situation, but he's hey, I'll give you something if you get up and shout the N-word.
Whoa.
Well,
did you do it?
No, I didn't. I wasn't the one who.
He's recounting a tale.
Yeah, I was recounting something that I heard from someone else. But anyways, I somehow didn't hear him because I was probably off doing something else, probably unfocused because I have ADHD like a motherfucker. So apparently I heard that he got a couple days of lunch detention for it. I just thought it was really funny.
Only a couple days of lunch detention?
Yeah, that sounds like a light sentence.
Yeah.
I had, when we first came here, I'm not gonna go into detail, but my little brother was dealing with a lot of things that he shouldn't have been dealing with, and he had an assignment where he was supposed to write about his family, and when it came to me, he said that I would strangle him and hold him underwater.
What?
His teacher was our principal's wife. So she brought this to the principal, and when we had open house, I brought my grandparents and my brother to school.
Mm-hmm.
And we approached Mr. Yagley and we're like, about that letter. And he's like, oh, it's the funniest shit ever.
You're such a cool guy.
Oh, I love Mr. Yagley.
He was the best principal.
Yeah, I had to deal with
I think we had him either the year before his last year or his last year of principaling.
Our senior year was his last.
He still lives in town, I'm pretty sure. I see him every once in a while. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
I like him. Pretty neat.
Well,
he yelled at me for kicking a door.
Do you want to recount the time that you accidentally told a teacher to what'd you say? You said a swear or something, and she said, watch your language? I
told her to fight me. She thought I said bite me. And then the next day, I had a day of in-school detention.
Because this teacher...
She looked like a student.
She looked like a student.
She looked and sounded like a student.
I just remembered her name. I'm not going to say it.
I don't remember.
But she was young, and she was very short.
Yes.
She looked like a student.
Yeah.
And even though she was our homeroom teacher, Gavin was barely ever there.
Yeah.
For homeroom. But that's not to say that we ever did anything there. It was mostly just a study hall.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really funny. I'm gonna go tell Miranda good night. You
Okay.
two can continue talking for a bit.
All right, Isaac. What's your favorite? What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon, probably Spectrier. It's one of the new Pokemon that came with the DLC. It's like a ghost horse.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't give a shit about that. My favorite is Mimikyu because he's the best. End of story.
Yeah.
Actually, here we're not gonna smash or pass because that's kind of overdone. List of Pokemon. We're gonna look at every single Pokemon that exists, and we're gonna rank them. Holy shit, this is a terrible way to do it. What is it? Is it this one? It is this one. Okay, so actually, let me get this up on the goddamn window. If I can make this one smaller. That's good enough. That will work. Get out of here, Lucille.
Lucy, get the fuck out of here! I swear to fucking God, I just
Isaac,
like
relax.
a person.
Okay.
Lucy, you idiot. Leave.
Let me get it. No, don't stretch it. Hang on, stop. I want to center it. Center it on screen. Okay. Alright, so what do you think of Bulbasaur? Scale of 1 to 10.
I'd say about like a 6.5. He's kind of like average.
I think he's a 2. Ivysaur, 3. He's ugly.
Whoa.
Venusaur, 5. He looks like a funny tree dude. I love him.
Kinda, yeah.
Charmander, 4. Overrated.
Yes.
Charmeleon, 1. One of the worst mid-evolutions of all time.
I beg to differ.
Okay, tell me.
The worst one of all of them is Prinplup.
Charizard, 1. Overrated as hell. Squirtle, 10. Friend.
Yes.
He's a friend.
He's awesome.
Wartortle, again, like a 6. Just because I like the little wings that he's got going. The tail doesn't make sense to me, but 6.
Shit.
Blastoise,
90 trillion.
3.
Fuck you.
I think he looks stupid. Caterpie,
0. He's awful. I hate him.
I don't know. I give him a 3. He's got little nubs down there. I like him.
Yeah.
Metapod, 1. He's a penis. Butterfree, 1. It's a butterfly.
Also Bye Bye Butterfree made me cry.
Weedle, I love him. I'm gonna give him 8.
He's
You can
slightly better.
You can swing him around because he's got like that spike on his head and hurt
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
Kakuna, 1. It's another dick. Beedrill,
I give him a solid 8.5.
I give
He's
him a
cool
9.
bee.
I give him a 9. He's pretty sweet. Pidgey, 1. It's a bird. 1. It's a bird. 1. It's a bird. 1. It's a rat. 1. It's another rat. Bird. Bird. It's a snake. It's a cobra. Pikachu.
0. Overrated.
I give him a 4. He is overrated, but I mean he's fucking iconic.
Yeah.
Raichu. This Raichu. Absolute poo-poo. I give him a 3. A Alolan Raichu is a 10. He is friend.
Yeah, he is God.
He is a little dude. Sandshrew,
He's okay.
he looks like a fucking igloo.
He's a 5.
He's a
at most.
4. Sandslash, he's a 5.
Yeah,
Improvement.
He's pretty cool.
Nidoran, it's a rat.
It's just
Nidorina, it's a rat. Nidoqueen, it has boobies.
Mommy.
It's a rat. It's a rat with horns.
Daddy.
It's a dude. Clefairy,
It's
pretty cute. I like Clefairy. Give it a 6.
Clefable. It's like the less adorable Clefairy. It can die in a hole.
Give it a 2. Vulpix, I love Vulpix. Vulpix is super cute, especially Alolan Vulpix.
Yeah.
Ugh, 7.
Yes.
Ninetales, 9.
10. Mommy Fox.
9. Don't fucking talk to me like that. Jigglypuff, Hater and Smash, 2. Wigglytuff is a monster, 1.
I hate it. Yeah, get it out.
Zubat,
Fuck you.
worst design
Fuck you,
ever,
Zubat.
1. Golbat, absolutely iconic, 10. Oddish, he's a little vegetable guy, 5.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool. He's cool.
Gloom, he's drugged out of his brain,
That's-
8.
Okay.
Vileplume, he cleaned up his act, but he's still got like the signs of his past.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Absolute, he redeemed himself.
Redemption arc of the century.
Paris, 1, it's a country.
Yeah, fuck it.
Parasect, it's a mushroom crab. Who gives a shit?
Also, Paris is not a fucking country, you idiot.
Paris, France?
Paris isn't a country.
Paris, France?
You
know what? Venonat, screw it. Venomoth, screw it. Diglett.
It's a dick from the ground.
It is another dick, but this guy's iconic. Give him a 7.
Yes.
Doug Trio, give him a 10, because there's 2 more.
Yeah.
Meowth, he looks stupid.
Fuck it.
I love Meowth. I love his sass in the Alolan form. I give his Alolan form like a 9.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Persian, it's a fucking cat.
It's a fucking boring cat.
Alolan
Persian
Persian is a 1. Look at that Garfield looking ass.
That's gross. I hate it.
Psyduck, 10. He's iconic.
iconic.
He's a potato.
Yeah, a little potato man.
Golduck,
He's okay.
6. Mankey, it's a monkey without a body.
Just a little monkey.
Primeape, it's the same thing.
But he's
Growlithe,
slightly-
10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Iconic. Hisuian form, it's fine, I guess.
Arcanine, like, infinite. Hisuian Arcanine.
Hisuian is awesome.
Like, Hisuian Arcanine is God.
Poliwag, it's a tadpole.
Yeah, he's just okay.
Poliwhirl, he grew arms.
He's gross
And
and
then
adorable.
Poliwrath
Poliwrath
is
is kinda
just the
cool.
same thing but bigger. Abra's baby, I give him a 10.
Yeah. Oh, baby man.
Kadabra, he's a teenager, I give him a 6.
Yeah.
Alakazam,
10.
fucking iconic,
Yes,
10.
10.
Mega Alakazam, 11.
Yeah.
Machop, it's a kid, 6.
Machoke,
Machoke, give him a 2. Machamp, though.
10.
Machamp, though. Gigamax Machamp, 10. Bellsprout, it's from Plants vs. Zombies, too.
Yeah.
Weepin' Bell, it
It's
looks
a
like...
flashlight.
It's a flashlight, yeah.
Victory Bell, it's a danger flashlight.
It's a plant, it sure is. Tentacool, he's pretty cool. No pun intended. 6. Tentacruel, he's just bigger and badder. Give him a 7.
He's cruel. Pun intended.
Geodude, he's a rock. Graveler, he's several rocks. Golem,
He's a rock lizard.
I don't understand this evolution line. I give the whole thing a 1.
Fuck.
Ponyta 5. Galarian Ponyta.
Awesome.
Galarian Ponyta. 9.
Yes.
Rapidash, same thing. That's like a 5. This is a 10.
Yeah, Galarian Rapidash is yes.
Slowpoke, he's me. 10.
Yeah, he's okay.
Slowbro, slightly less me because I don't really like seashells. Give him a 8. Magnemite, he's a little robot. 10.
He's pretty cool. He's a little man.
Magneton, it's the same thing, but like 3. I give it a 7.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid. Farfetch'd, fuck you, you're a bird with a leak. 2. Doduo, you have 2 heads.
2.
And then you get 3 heads, but
3.
like actual eyes too. Seal, it's a seal. 10.
Yes, obviously.
Dugong, it's the
just
same
a
thing.
Dugong.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
10.
just a Dugong.
Grimer, that's goo.
Yeah.
Come backwards, give it a 1.
Yes.
Shelter, I love the tongue.
He's a flashlight as well.
I love the tongue. He's an 8. Cloyster, this thing's a vagina.
Yes.
1. Ghastly, this evolution line doesn't make sense either. He evolves into Haunter, and then that evolves into Gengar. I don't care. Anal Beads, I give it a 3.
Yes.
Drowsy, he's covered in shit. I give him a 5. Hypno doesn't make sense.
I have a kink for that, so I'll give him a 10.
What the fuck are you talking about? Krabby, he's a crab. Give him a 7.
He's okay.
Kingler, give him a 6. Voltorb, 1. Electrode, 1. They're just circles. Execute, though.
Fuck you.
But what are you talking about? This is like 6 different personalities in one egg. In 6 different eggs. One of them is dead.
He's just...
Give it a 9.
He's just BPD.
Okay, Executor, stupid. Alolan Executor, iconic. Cubone, where's his mom's skull? Give him a 10.
I like the dark ones.
Marowak, fine. Alolan form, 11.
Yeah, absolute god.
Hitmonlee,
He's okay.
he kicks. Hitmonchan, he punches. Lickitung,
He
he'll show you a good time. 10.
Yes.
Coughing, he smells like smoke. 1.
Fuck you. Fuck you, coughing.
Wheezing, it's just the same thing, but again, 1. Rhyhorn, it's a rhino.
He's pretty cool.
Rhydon, it's a rhino.
10.
Chansey, she has an egg. 10. Tangela, I fucking love this character. I love this Pokemon. It's just vines and eyes and
he's
feet.
just a goofy man.
9. It's a kangaroo, 3.
I like him.
It's a seahorse, 3. It's a seahorse again, 2. Goldeen, it's a fish. This never really made sense to me why it is now suddenly a super ugly creature. I give it a 1.
Yeah, fuck Seeking.
Staryu, I love him. It looks like he almost has underwear. Give him an 8. Starmie, I always thought this was super uninspired. I give him a 6. Mr. Mime.
Fuck you.
I hate Mr. Mime.
Yeah,
if I could, I would shoot Mr. Mime in the face. Give him a 1.
Larry,
But
Mr. Mime, he's.
no, it's not. It's a 0.
Yeah, fuck.
Scyther, it's a
10,
4.
obviously.
Jinx, racist, give it a 0. Electabuzz, I give him a 3.
He's kind of cool, I guess.
Magmar, he's fat, I give him a 4. Pinsir, he's a cockroach. Tauros, he's a bull. Magikarp, iconic, 7.
7.
Gyarados, iconic, 10.
Mega Gyarados.
I actually haven't seen Mega Gyarados. I give it a 9. Lapras, iconic,
I love
10.
him.
Gigantamax, iconic, give it a
Yes.
6. Ditto, he can be whatever you want.
10.
Moving on. Eevee,
10.
Gigantamax Eevee. Gigantamax Eevee is friend, 10.
Yes.
Vaporeon, we're not going to talk about Vaporeon. Jolteon, he's fine.
He's cool.
Flareon, he's fine. Porygon, fuck him.
Fuck you, Porygon.
Almanite, that's a fossil.
Lord
Omastar, it's a fossil.
Helix.
Kabuto,
Fuck Kabuto.
what is that? Kabutops,
He's kind of cool.
I don't like him. Look at his body and his head. It doesn't make any sense.
He's just a slightly worse Genesect.
Aerodactyl, Mega Aerodactyl's pretty sweet. I give it a 9. Snorlax, he's friend. Give him a 10.
Yeah, he's a chunky boy.
You can give him a 10. Articuno, I think these are my least favorite legendaries. Dratini, friend. I actually just got a plush of this guy.
Yeah.
Give it a 10.
He's a little man.
Dragonair, whatever. Give it an 8.
He's okay.
Dragonite.
Iconic.
Give it a 10. It's
Yes.
iconic. Mewtwo.
Iconic.
I hate his penis. Yeah, I don't really like his mega forms. I mean, why? I kind of like that. That's fine. That one I don't really like. Default Mewtwo I think is stupid. Mew, I love Mew. I wish he would die. Give him a 9. Alright, well, that's all 150 Pokemon. 151 original Pokemon.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Rusty?
He's probably...
He's probably sucking dick. That's what Rusty does. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the delicious Twix. Not sponsored, but hopefully we will be soon. I don't think it's even picking up. I got really close to the microphone, and I started chewing. Shit. Well, you got anything to say, Lucy?
She's dead.
Unfortunate.
F in the chat for Lucy.
I'm gonna kill Rusty when he gets back here. Leave me with this kid. I'm not just a kid, or a wingnut, or a knucklehead McSpazatron. Or no, wait, he is those things. And then he says, but most of all, I'm what the scallop?
I'm gay!
I'm a goofy goober. Wrong. Win. I gotta stop or else I'm gonna get demonetized. No, I'm gonna get demonetized because I'm too good at singing songs. The struggles of somebody who's absolutely the best at everything he sets his mind to. Shit. I had something on my brain that I wanted to say. Hey Siri. Text Rusty.
What do you want to say?
You're a butt baby.
Your message to Rusty says you're a butt baby. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alright, Rusty's being stupid.
Should I steal his Twix?
No.
Okay.
I think that'd be a dick move. If we were being completely honest. I'm gonna... Oh, here we go. I got a text from... Oh, she upset. Oh, she upset. Oh.
Yeah, we don't care. Get the fuck up back. Get the fuck back here.
Get the fuck up back. Alright, well, if Rusty is taking his time, I think we should probably just end the podcast, because there's no knowing when he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
So, we had a couple of guest stars. Let me see. It's that one and that one. Okay. Well, I will thank Miranda for joining us when she gets back. When I see her next, I don't know when that's gonna fucking be. Thank you, Isaac, for joining us.
Sorry.
Okay, goodbye.